Hey guys, I'm Bob from World 5 List, and from ancient origins to amazing metallic coats, here are 9 of the most rare and beautiful horse breeds on Earth. Number 9. The Gypsy Vanner. This horse, also known as the Irish Cob, is a breed of horse from the British Isles, having a very interesting story because it was not officially recognized until the 1990s. Until then, they were just random horses wandering around with no name. It's not every day that we get to discover a new breed of domestic animal. I mean, how weird is it? On a trip to England in 1995, though, Dennis and Cindy Thompson were fascinated by a colorful stallion that they saw at a farm. The horse had black and white markings and very hairy legs. Then they met the owner, a gypsy by the name of Fred Walker, who was known as King of the Colored Horses. He sold the stallion to the Thompsons, and they decided on the name with the blessings of the dedicated British gypsy breeders. Then, on November 24th of 1996, the couple made the world's first registry for this breed under the name Gypsy Vanner horse, in honor of the gypsy farmer they had met. Vanner is a term that is used to describe a horse that's suitable to pull a caravan. Van, Vanner. Get it? Anyway, the breed was mainly used to pull carts and caravans all over Europe, but nowadays, gypsy horses are used in many equestrian sports. Number 8. The Hackney. The Hackney is best characterized by its high step that is oh so powerful and amazing. The Hackney is one of the only breeds that is recognized as both a horse and a pony. The history of the Hackney dates back to 1760, when they were selectively bred as carriage horses. They then became a well-oiled driving machine throughout the 1800s, not just in Britain and Europe, but in America as well. Of course, this was before cars became popular and the demand for carriage horses would drop dramatically. Hackneys weren't the only breed affected. You'll soon see that the invention and popularity of cars are a common theme in the history of rare breeds. Despite that, up until the Great Depression, Hackneys were brought from England to the United States by the boatloads. Today, however, the Hackney is typically a show horse due to its awe-inspiring gait, and now carriages have kind of made a vintage comeback. The Hackneys become popular among collectors. After all, what's more magical than a romantic carriage ride pulled by a majestic horse that has a beautiful step? The Hackney horse isn't the only beauty in the Hackney family, though. The Hackney pony is a smaller, just as powerful version of their bigger counterparts. They typically stay very healthy, even through old age, and are very lovable and affectionate. Great with kids, too. Like the Hackney horse, the Hackney pony is typically a show horse or a friend, though the pony isn't quite tall enough to take part in the carriage world. That's okay, though, because we all still love them. Number 7. The KNABSTRUPPER. The KNABSTRUPPER is famous around the world because of its spotted, almost leopard-like coat, and this is where all common knowledge ends, though they do actually have an interesting, although widely disputed history. Most breeds come from a notable stallion from their bloodline, but the KNABSTRUPPER can be tracked back to a mare owned by a Danish butcher. She was bred with a Frederiksborg stallion, which then began the breed with the loud coloring that we know today. However, the KNABSTRUPPER almost died out entirely in the early 20th century when inbreeding became a problem. However, a hero would come along in 1971. That's when a breeder brought Appaloosa stallions to Denmark to bring new blood to the breed. The reason that Appaloosa stallions worked so well with the KNABSTRUPPER is because they have the same coloring gene called the leopard complex that creates a spotted coat. Now that's pretty crazy to think about, really, since their origins are completely separate from each other. What's even more crazy is they didn't even come to the United States until 2002. Apparently, we were just late to the party. Number 6. The German Black Forest horse. This horse is known for its fabulous mane that definitely looks better than mine. Their history dates back to around 600 years, which is relatively recent compared to some breeds like the TEKE. As the name would suggest, they originated in the Black Forest of southwest Germany. They also were originally used as workhorses for the forestry and farmland regions. This horse was tough and had the durability to survive harsh conditions of the highlands, as well as be an all-around workhorse. These days, though, they've been bred to become equally good at showing, recreation, logging, and farming. The German Black Forest breed also have a wide range of names in the horse community, often referred to as the Golden Retrievers of the horse world or the Pearls of the Black Forest due to their grace, elegance, and beauty. They're very beautiful and very rare, with only about 700 registered mares in Germany alone. Though they have many other qualities, you just have to admire that gorgeous hair. Number 5. SORRAIA horses. SORRAIA horses come from a population of indigenous South Iberian wild horses. These indigenous horses come from the SORRAIA River in Portugal, hence their name, SORRAIA horse. Today, there are only about 200 of them, most of which live with private owners, and that makes their future kind of uncertain because they only have a small population and area left. Since their origins come from only about 12 horses, inbreeding of course became a huge problem. Though they have no history as a man-made breed, they can still be trained into workhorses and amazing riding horses. However, they maintain certain traits and wild instincts. This horse has adapted to hot and dry climates, but they're also tough and do really well during the rough winter. This is one versatile horse, and the owners are hoping to raise awareness and save the breed from going extinct. Number 4. The Suffolk Punch Horse. The Suffolk Punch Horse has a long history dating back to 1880. The Suffolk comes from Suffolk County, eastern England, hence the name, where farmers needed a sturdy workhorse that could till their thick clay soil. Farmers rarely sold their prized possessions, which kept the breed pure and relatively unknown. After all, the people of the area, well, they're pretty isolated as well, meaning that the Suffolk Punch has remained true to its origins, and they're a great workhorse even to this day. Part of what makes them a great workhorse are their physical features. Suffolks are large and symmetrical with dense bone structures and strongly muscled legs. In addition to their body shape, they also have large feet that are round and wear extremely well. As a whole, they have an inner determination to push on and are just generally tough horses. Number 3. The Cleveland Bay Horse. Though the Cleveland Bay Horse might fool you into thinking it's from Ohio, it actually originates from the Cleveland area of England. Additionally, it's Britain's oldest breed. In fact, the church itself actually played a huge role in breeding the horse. The monastic houses in the northeast region of England were the primary breeders of this horse in the Middle Ages. It might seem like a weird origin, but it does make sense because the primary method of transportation of goods between monasteries were pack horses. They increased in size over the next century, mainly due to being better fed, and their large size would make them suitable to become carriage horses. And once people began to get stronger and faster carriage horses, some breeders then began crossing their Cleveland Bays with stronger thoroughbreds, creating the Yorkshire coach horse. However, then they exploded in popularity, and Cleveland Bays and Yorkshire coach horses lost their demand when the tractor and the car came about. These days, only about 900 of these horses exist worldwide, with 200 purebreds being in North America. Cleveland Bays are now known for being excellent police horses due to their even temperament and stamina. You know, police horses are really cool. Number 2. The American Cream Horse. The American Cream Horse is the only breed of draft horse that comes from the United States. This breed can be traced back to the early 1900s to a mare named Old Granny, who passed on the pink skin, amber eyes, and cream-colored coat to her offspring. These 3 defining characteristics come from the Champagne gene, and are what make the American cream so desirable. When the industrial age came around, they almost became extinct. That was until about 1982, when a group of breeders would come together and decided to protect them. Today, even though their numbers are increasing, there are only about 400 of these horses. The American cream should not be overlooked due to its willing and calm demeanor, and everything about it makes it a great choice for a rookie looking for a draft horse. Takers, anyone? And number 1, the Golden TEKE. This horse is considered to be one of the most beautiful in the world due to its metallic coat. However, most people don't know that they are actually a threatened species. Now, it might come off as a surprise since domestic animals usually aren't found on the Conservancy's conservation priority list. Though they are in danger, they're also highly regarded by their native country of Turkmenistan. The people of Turkmenistan feature the horse on their stamps, their banknotes, and even their coat of arms. It makes sense, since they have a long history of at least 3,000 years and have many different names because of their history. Roman historian Appian speaks about them in his writings, which just goes to show the extraordinary history that they have. Since these horses were originally for racing, they were bred for size, strength, and speed. Though racing isn't just in their past, because they're raced even today in Turkmenistan. In 1935, a group of riders took their TEKEs 2,500 miles in 84 days, part of which included 3 days without water through the desert, and they all made it. If I had to pick something to bring with me if I were stranded on a desert island, it might just be this horse. Thanks for watching! Which one of these horses is your favorite? Or maybe you have a different one that I didn't mention. Let me know about it in the comments below. Be sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you next time on World 5.